Welcome back to I Love You and I Like You.
With Mark and Kathleen.
All right, like we like to do, sometimes our podcast topics are a little more serious, and sometimes they're just more fun, like Q&A sessions, and that's what this one's going to be. If you didn't catch this in the beginning of the last episode, we actually had recorded 2 episodes. I'm going to be out of town for a little while, so recording these ahead of time, and I didn't record the audio. Somehow I hadn't stuck the microphone into the jack.
You did record, it just somehow didn't.
It recorded static. It was just like, for the full podcast, for both episodes. So that was really frustrating. So we've already done a Q&A, and it was awesome, and it was fun, but we're going to change.
We're going to start fresh.
Yeah, we're going to start fresh. We're going to keep one of the questions we answered and maybe answer a couple different ones. So, first one was, what is your favorite burger place?
My favorite burger place, I'm not a huge burger person. So if you really love like the classic burger, I don't know that this place has it.
Not really.
Right? My favorite place is Cubby's.
Yes.
I love Cubby's. I love the Houdini or the Gypsy, and it's really good.
Okay, the Houdini or Gypsy burgers.
Yes.
Specifically.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they have like Philly cheesesteak sandwiches and quinoa bowls, which I also love the quinoa bowl.
Okay.
But
so you're recommending a burger place that also offers a quinoa bowl.
So it's more
so it's like a healthy food.
It's like a hipster type. What is it though?
Well, when we went in the first time, I mean, it kind of has that urban loft feel, like exposed ventilation up above, and like it's meant to be kind of like hip, fresh food, like a gastropub almost.
You said on the website they talk about where they come from.
Yeah, so it was a husband-wife team, and the husband really liked good burgers with good, fresh ingredients. Yeah, this is obviously like a sales pitch on their website, but with fresh ingredients and locally sourced.
But it does taste fresh.
There is a difference.
There's a difference.
And the wife really liked salads, right? Mm-hmm. They wanted to start a restaurant together, but they couldn't really agree, so they decided to do both, right? But the whole idea is like their beef is very fresh. Typically, it's like locally sourced, grass-fed, good quality meat. Their ingredients are always very fresh. And the comment I made to you when we were talking about Cubby's before is I have gotten very full eating their food, but I've never gotten sick.
You've never felt sick from it.
So, like, a lot of burger places, you walk out, like, you stop at Wendy's even, and that's, like, top-tier fast food, but you walk away and you're like, oh, like, why did I eat like that,
Well, probably because when we order food at Wendy's, we don't get just one small burger.
Well, I mean, I get a double stack.
No, but you're right. I mean, it's because we don't go crazy either. Right. So, and you have felt kind of like, oh, I kind of regret that.
Right, but not at Cubby's. So they have like kale-based salads with almonds and cranberries and stuff. And then they have like, their burgers are really fresh with good ingredients. Right. Their sweet potato fries are amazing.
Yes, and their rosemary fries.
Yes.
And don't they have like a garlic something? Or do they have one that has more of the Arby's type seasoning to it?
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, their stuff is good. Anyway. Go check them out. If you are in the Utah area, they're a local chain here, but they keep expanding new locations all the time that I'm seeing. So really like Cubby's. And I would agree with yours, although that's not like my first choice.
Well, that's not your style of food either. Like,
not exactly.
You would never choose. I would totally choose a kale salad or a quinoa bowl.
I'm not Ron Swanson on the on the end of the spectrum.
No,
right?
I mean, I've made stuff like that before, and you've eaten it very nicely. You're really very nice about that.
Well, we have to balance out all the Oreos I review on this channel.
That's true.
All the ice cream we eat after the kids go to bed. For me though, like if you're looking for just a go-to burger.
And you like char.
Yes, I like kind of a flame grilled flavor. So for me, probably my favorite best burgers are the ones that are done on your backyard grill. Like they're just the best. Now, if you can't do that, if you're looking for a fast food version, I really like Burger King because they do a flame broiled, like char. Right. That flavor is part of the burger. But I don't often go there. There aren't as many Burger Kings around where we live as there are Wendy's and McDonald's, so we get those more often. Yeah. McDonald's for me is like bottom tier, last choice for fast food.
Well, I have to say, and you like Five Guys, you said.
I do like Five Guys. That's made on a griddle, so it doesn't have that char flavored, but I do like Five Guys, and their fries are really what kind of makes Five Guys for me. You know, the kind of local favorite around here that started as a definite hole in the wall grease pit place, literally like in a gas station parking lot, is called Chubby's.
I like Chubby's.
Their main location moved to Pleasant Grove, just like around the corner by the Ace Hardware. And then they have new locations in Vineyard by the theater, out in Saratoga Springs. They just announced they're opening another one somewhere.
It's good. It's really good. If you're looking for more of just a burger
place,
a
local chain.
That's what you would probably choose.
And they kind of have a southern influence, so they'll do, you know, like po' boys and stuff like that.
It's on a burger. Like they'll have the burger patty.
Yep. And then they'll add weird stuff. You know, but you can get like shrimp and grits and hush puppies and stuff that's more southern
and
soul
scones.
cooking. Scones are really good.
Scones are not like your typical scones. It's more like a donut.
Okay, yeah. So
it's really
for anyone not from Utah, or you know, maybe a large portion of the United States, I don't really know, but scones for most people, for British people certainly, for like New England, a scone is basically muffin dough that you just blob on a cookie sheet. So you get,
which is also delicious.
But that's what it is. So you think of like a blueberry scone, think Great
like
British Baking Show. It's like a muffin in consistency. A scone in Utah is like fried dough.
Yes.
So if you've ever been to like a you know, a fair or a carnival or something, you get like fried dough. That's what it is. It's basically a denser donut, almost like a Navajo fried bread, something.
But sweet.
That's the consistency.
They sprinkle the powdered sugar on top, and you have a dipping sauce.
More similar to like a beignet, probably.
It's delicious.
Yeah, they're delicious. Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, so that was a lot about burgers. Go check out all those places.
You know what? I have to say, I am always more inclined to get a chicken burger. That sounds weird. What is it? Like a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. I love chicken sandwiches.
You're on a Chick-fil-A kick these days.
I know. I love Chick-fil-A. I should be. No, I've loved Chick-fil-A for years, but I haven't had it for a long time, which is why I keep thinking about it. But I do tend to I find burgers really heavy. Yeah. And I love them once in a while.
Beef is not a nice meat in the sense that it digests very nicely. Like fish,
and just
great.
Just chicken, the flavor. Great. I prefer
beef sits heavy.
Chicken sandwiches.
That's fair. Yeah.
But it has to have a good breading on it. Yeah. And be a really yummy.
Not just a grilled chicken.
I'm not a big fan of grilled chicken. I mean a really good breaded chicken sandwich. Anyway.
And we haven't tried the new Popeyes.
Yeah, I hear that.
They keep selling out.
So I heard that they're doing something where you bring your own bun at Popeyes for the chicken sandwich. Someone told me that a while ago. I don't know.
Maybe that's how you get their chicken sandwich if they have run out. You just order normal chicken and put it on a bun.
I don't know.
All right. So we've talked about a lot of these things. Okay, YouTube channel recommendations. Because we got that as a question submitted to us. And also, favorite YouTube channel to binge. So kind of two different... You don't watch a lot of YouTube?
I don't.
Okay, so favorite...
Well, what YouTube channels... I really like the ones that you've shown me, like the Vox. And...
That's because I have great YouTube recommendations. No, I will say, and this is a trend among people our age or younger, especially younger generation. So your brother and my youngest brother, their generation, it's virtually no Netflix or Hulu.
Right.
It's now YouTube. It's YouTube. So, you may be better off asking someone even younger than we are, but I definitely watch a lot of YouTube. There's this whole discussion in the creator community that I'm a part of. Hashtag no small creator. Shout out to all my friends there. There's a discussion about how you should be creating more than you consume, right? And there are people, big YouTuber names like Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat, who say that, create more than you consume.
Yeah.
I definitely do the opposite. I like creating.
Well, you're also,
but that's
put
my
more time into your day job than into, which is, it would probably be more successful if you
if this was my day job, I would definitely spend more time creating.
On Mark reviews on your YouTube channel. If you spent more time, you would spend less time at your day job.
More time, you mean? So if I spent more time with my YouTube channel...
I mean, that's logical, I guess.
But I wouldn't be watching YouTube as much because I wouldn't have time. That makes sense.
Well, I just mean from the time you leave the house for your day job to the time you get home, you're gone how long?
11 hours.
11 hours.
Pretty much, yeah.
So then for you, it's a priority to spend time with your family.
Right.
Like a huge priority, not just like, oh, I want to spend 15 minutes or a half hour. Like you want to spend more time. Yeah. So you could
read Harry Potter out loud.
Yes.
And we watch shows as a family.
Reading Harry Potter out loud. Yeah.
Well, and hopefully
watching shows. Well, he loves you too. And watching shows as a family. And like you enjoy that. So you would have to pull a Casey Neistat and run on 4 hours of sleep.
That's true. And I can't do that. I mean, I can, but I wouldn't last very long. And I'd have those deep set sunken eyes like he did when he was doing that.
It paid off.
It did. He looks much healthier now that he's moved to California and has posted hardly any videos. He seems like he's pretty happy and relaxed.
If I lived on the beach or near a beach.
He's in Santa Monica.
Yeah, if I lived near the beach, I would look so much healthier too.
Yeah. Okay, so recommendations then. So you said Vox.
There's also here's the thing, I haven't watched it. I have not watched YouTube shows for a long time, but I'm awful with titles and names and artists.
So what is the...
It's the two brothers that go traveling.
Vagabrothers.
Vagabrothers, yeah.
Like Vagabond and Brothers, Vagabrothers.
Because
Your brother recommended that. So they're a travel-based channel, but they'll give you recommendations for like what you should pack, things you should avoid saying when you're there, like cultural differences, and then they'll kind of show you what their experience is while they're there. So that's like an educational and entertaining YouTube channel. I like that. Vox is definitely an educational channel.
I like Vox.
And it's really a media platform because they're so varied. There are some that are like very political and very like left leaning. There are others that are very just like geography based, like here's how this country developed and it evolved.
I like the science ones
those.
that you showed me.
Probably.
Is that
also
Vox?
I think so. Well, there's SciShow. That's another one that I
like they break stuff down, they write it all up, and they just go through a concept, a science concept that's really easy to understand.
So that's probably Mark Rober, because he's really entertaining.
Maybe.
Okay, so you're hearing a lot of different channels in there. I could talk for hours and hours and hours about YouTube because I watch, my phone keeps track, and I watch an hour and a half to 2 hours of YouTube every day. Like, that's kind of disturbing almost. But I feel like I'm filling my life with
downtime.
And so I'll watch it on break, I'll watch it on lunch, I'll watch it on the train on my commute if I'm not editing a video.
That's not bad.
You have to break down YouTube into different categories. So there are ones that are just purely educational that will talk about, my favorite ones are like, science-based entertainment, or like geography. So learning more about how the world has evolved, why it has, and things like that. So I really like Wendover Productions and Half as Interesting. That's just voiceovers and stock footage, but holds my attention. And I've also recommended their podcast in the past. I really like SciShow for their science content. And just Hank Green is awesome. I really like, when you're talking more like vloggers, Casey Neistat's the OG, and I literally have watched Casey Neistat since before he started the vlog.
You watched like his very first.
I got a notification the day he posted his first vlog. Right. Because I've been following him ever since his bike lanes video going way back.
I feel like the people who have followed him in like since the first few months of starting the channel, they should have some celebration where they get to meet him. Right?
I don't recall exactly, but I think I was one of his first 30,000 subscribers, and he's over 10 million.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I discovered him. Like if I were a talent agent, I would have signed him early on because he's a brilliant creator, and everyone has copied him and wants.
You love Casey Neistat and Peter McKinnon.
Yes.
And they're very different styles, but they've collaborated on
Oh yeah,
a lot of things.
Yeah, they hang out and whatever.
Right.
So Peter McKinnon was another one. He started as a photographer, so his technical background
is good.
Unmatched. Everything he does is cinematic. It's lit well. It's edited well. Production quality is way up there, and he's now at a point where he's hired an editor to help him and stuff. But his stuff's amazing, and he blew up. He went from a few thousand subscribers to he's over 2 million, almost 3 million now in like a year and a half. So superstar. I love Cody Warner. He's kind of the head of the No Small Creator community. Started as a daily vlogger last year with 111 subscribers. He just crossed 50,000. So he's done amazing things.
And the one you were just watching today, the Cox Clan.
Okay, so the Cox Clan is my favorite local YouTube channel. We collaborated on that Tesla video that I did several weeks back. And they're just a fun, nice couple. You've met them.
Yeah,
they come to our house. Like they're good people. So go subscribe to them. They're growing. They're double the size of my YouTube channel. I'm not ashamed. I'm jealous. So the Cox Clan, Riley and Tessie Cox.
But it's the time, once again. They put in a lot of time.
It's true. You have to. I do it as a hobby. If you really want to be successful long term, it basically has to be a job, like a second job, or then just your primary job. My other favorite new vlogger that I've encountered is Matthew Hyatt. Hyatt, like the hotel, Hyatt. He's based in Kentucky, I think, somewhere, but he's part of the No Small Creator community. He just went to the UK somewhere, Glasgow, Northern Ireland somewhere, Edinburgh. Anyway, for the Power of Video conference, and collaborated with Peter McKinnon and Cody Warner and stuff. So he's a smallish channel, similar in size to where I am, although he's growing, and he's doing it. He's going all in, and he is working so hard. He has side hustles where he's working with hospitals and stuff like that. So
that's very cool.
You want some good vlogger channels. Casey Neistat, probably a great one to binge, go all the way back to his early stuff. Casey, Peter, Cody, Matt, Riley, and Tessie. And
Yes Theory.
Yes Theory.
I do like Yes Theory.
So Yes
Theory. That's more entertainment.
That's another one that I found before they had even hit 100,000 subscribers, and they just passed 3 million or so, something like that. Okay. So they're definitely kind of a vlogger style, but like vlog and entertainment.
It's like a game show
challenges.
Type thing.
It's engaging. It's captivating. Right. They do crazy and amazing things. It's just fun to watch them. Yeah. And they post on Sundays, so it's like a very, chill weekend vibes kind of feel. So Yes Theory is amazing. I had just thought of one and then I totally blanked on it. I mean, these are the ones that I'm like, I get notifications for when they post. But I have so many more. I have a couple hundred channels I'm subscribed to, and that's not an exaggeration. So these are the ones that I get really excited when they post. I watch their stuff almost immediately. Right. So, look for, if you're going back to the beginning of this, to Vox, look for the Vox Borders series specifically. Incredible stuff by Johnny Harris, who actually went to BYU around the same time I did. And he just gets infiltrated in amazing places. My very favorite news-based organization that does documentary-style videos is Vice News.
I remember you talking about Vice News.
It is mind-blowing. Now, you have to prepare yourself. There are a lot of their videos that have a specific agenda, and they're kind of left-leaning and whatever, too. But not just for that. You need to prepare yourself for some of the heaviness of some of the content, because they will get a reporter to be, like, embedded with ISIS in Syria. Wow. And he's like interviewing the head of their little ISIS organization as they're like, storming into a city and pulling people out of their houses and stuff.
To news like that.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
Undercover reporters on YouTube.
So these guys, some of their early stuff, they got into North Korea. Wow. Like one of the few people who were able to travel there and like filmed a bunch of videos in North Korea. So the news junkie in me is like, ooh, Vice News has a video about Boko Haram in Nigeria. Like, I want to see this. This is amazing. Cool.
So is it more about the news and less about the agenda?
Yes. I mean, because
that's refreshing.
So their news documentary videos are unparalleled in the level of access they get. The story that the guy did in Syria, he speaks Arabic, he looks like he belongs there, he's safe relatively in a situation that no one else would be. And he embeds first with the rebels that are fighting back against the government, then he goes and embeds with ISIS, and he puts together a story where you're seeing like multiple sides of the story in a way that you wouldn't even really get in like a normal documentary where you're sitting down with people after the fact. It's him living it, experiencing it, talking with these people. You know, they're like ducking as sniper bullets are like over them, and he's like shaky cam running across the street.
Isn't that basically your dream? Like that's what I
wanted to do.
That's it. But what was it called?
What I wanted to do.
Correspondent.
Well, yeah,
but not quite like that.
So back in the day, for like CBS, ABC, NBC, it was a foreign war correspondent, right? So you would go to the front lines in Kosovo and like show what was happening there.
Yeah.
This is more like guerrilla filmmaking, like a YouTube version of news.
But that's what appealed to you, like that kind of.
That's what I wanted to do initially. Then I got married. Thought of having kids. I was like, oh, I could be a local news reporter. And then I kind of did that for a little while, and I was like, I want to feed my family. So now I'm in finance.
You loved it though. I don't regret you doing reporting.
I don't at all. But Vice News is like, for me, that's the gold standard in presenting like incredible, insightful video.
Very cool.
And there are a lot of those videos that'll say, you know, graphic content warning or whatever, because when Assad gasses his people, they show like hospital floors with people lined up. So they don't filter
anything. They don't.
It's not. So that's why I said prepare yourself. Content warning on that. But Vice News is amazing. Cool. Places that you could never go or see otherwise.
How are we on time?
We have a few more minutes still. So I'd say the New York Times recently has picked up some of those same habits. And specifically their coverage of the protests in Hong Kong. You know, they're starting to get attention for them, winning Emmys and stuff for their reporting that is basically what Vice News has been doing for a decade.
Really?
Where they have someone like there on the streets getting gassed by tear gas, interviewing people, like blurring their faces, like it's you know, more of an unfiltered reporting. And I feel like that's the generation that's the direction that things are going in this generation.
Because we have access to YouTube.
Yes.
And that's
the
what
news
really...
before was curated. There was a gatekeeper. A news editor would decide like, okay, this is what it's important for the public to know. And now the public says, I want to know everything. Give it all to me and I'll figure it out on my own. Surely
somebody, because you know YouTube can be very strict with things. So, I mean...
Yeah, but if like, so Vice News, and this is for now, right? Vice News and other organizations like that show unfiltered stuff, you know, they can get away with it by giving you a very distinct content warning. So it's like, beyond this point, it's on you. So
but as far as going through a curator, like you were saying, surely they have to go through somebody.
Oh yeah, so they still have a big organization and someone determining like yes, you can go to Syria.
You can do this story, you can't do this story.
Yeah. And there's
They'll
content,
shut stuff down.
There's content on there that I don't agree with necessarily, or it like has a different political view.
But is it?
I love the documentary style. This is what happened, you know, and they very intentionally don't like lay things out and say, and it's so and so's fault that this is what's happening.
That's kind of what appeals to me, is that raw news where they leave it, they can give their opinion, but give me the actual news instead of spinning it so I don't know what is truth anymore in the news these days, you know.
So that was a lot of quick conversation. You know, we got sidetracked because, like I said, I could talk about YouTube, all day. I love YouTube. There are channels on there that I didn't even get into mentioning, things that are kind of fun to watch, like, you know, Screen Rant has a specific series called Pitch Meetings, which makes fun of movies and like how they came up with the ideas. I like those. I really like Bon Appetit does Gourmet Makes, where this gourmet chef tries to recreate like Kit Kats and Snickers and stuff like that. So how
did you find all these? Do you just take the risk and just watch it? Even if you think you might not enjoy it, you just try it out?
That's definitely part of it. YouTube's algorithm knows me well enough because I've consumed so much content that if they recommend something, they're usually fairly
But
right
to
on.
get to that point, you had to just start.
Yes. So the quickest way to definitely start getting served more things that are more like what you're actually interested in is to subscribe to a channel. So you find something you like, you subscribe to it.
Right.
You're likely to find another channel that's very similar to that channel because YouTube will say, oh, you like science videos. I'm going to send you Backyard Scientist. I'm going to send you Mark Rober. I'm going to send you ASAP Engineering or ASAP Science or Minute Physics or whatever. Veritasium. Like, these are all amazing channels that I'm referring to.
That's another one. Yeah.
You know?
I remember you saying years and years ago, before YouTube was even big, you're like, no one should ever... See, I'm the type that gets on Netflix and I scroll and scroll like, no, that doesn't look good. I
know exactly
know about
what
that.
you're going to say.
So you say it. What did you say?
No one should ever be bored. No one should ever run out of stuff to watch. Content. You need to, and it's not lowering your standards. You need to broaden your horizons.
Yeah.
I work with a guy.
I'm very narrow. I'm like, oh, I don't think I'd like that. But then you show me these things. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I never would have chosen to watch that, but I love it.
I love, like just science documentaries about bees and ants, and I love, stand-up comedians. And so, like, I feel like I'm kind of consuming all the content. Yeah. But I also feel like I've found the best stuff.
Your niche too.
Yeah.
Like what you really like.
And, the guy that I originally referred to that with Netflix, he said, oh, I hate Netflix. There's never anything on it. And this was years ago when they had everything, right? I know stuff's getting stripped away. I still feel that way
sometimes. I'm like, there's nothing on it.
Yeah, but
so give me recommendations.
So send Kathleen recommendations. I don't need recommendations. I can give you more. I will probably talk about YouTube channels again in the future because I lit up with this question. I really like this. Yeah. Obviously, my number one recommendation is Mark Reviews. You subscribe to Mark Reviews and you will find other great videos.
Well, that's just a given. See, we don't need to say that. That's just
it's number one. I just need like people like Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat to return the favor and recommend me to their followers.
Exactly. You need to make a few more movies, I think.
I know. It's true. So thank you for subscribing. I'll need to cut it off here or I'll just keep talking about YouTube all day.
Well, and this was not intended to be a plug for your show. But
no. Well, it always
really
is.
Well.
Yeah, it always is. So Mark Reviews, and as a special bonus for special viewers or listeners to this podcast, you get more episodes of this podcast if you're subscribed to Mark Reviews.
True.
Click the little notification bell. I'm going to have a little graphic here encouraging you to do those things. Leave us a message on Anchor, leave your comments in the section below, and let us know what YouTube channels do you like to watch. What burger places do you like to eat at? And what other questions do you have for us for upcoming episodes? So thank you for watching. I love you and I like you.
I love you and I like you.
And we love you and we like you. We'll see you next time.